Warning, all minors, if you're under 21, please click off this video. We don't accept a minor. But all jokes aside, this video is for educational, documentary, and scientific purposes only. Do not attempt to replicate any content shown if it's illegal where you live. You're going to get arrested. Thank you.
I got weed in states, I got weed in states, I got weed in states, I got weed. It's definitely nice, hardened. I could get some, look at that marshmallow action, bruh. Look at this. This is what you want. Wow. Yeah. All right, plug talk. So we're in a different environment right now. We're going to make some edibles. Unfortunately for you guys, I'm going to try to do this without showing the flower. If you guys could see, we got our knee pads on. I'm in some paint clothes. Mods and music episode is going to be epic. What we did to our grow space upstairs. A beautiful transformation, all right? So I don't want to get ahead of myself and spoil anything, but what we will be dealing with is the Chem Dog from Greenhouse Seeds, okay? I didn't do any bud porn, I didn't do any smoke review yet. It might come out in the episode before or right after this, it all depends. And then after that, the mods and music, then after that, it's gonna be the start of the pheno hunt. We're just gonna call it the pheno hunt because we're gonna be pheno hunting for maybe a year or two. Either way, Greenhouse Seeds, Chem Dog. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the edibles. Today we're gonna be making my favorite cereal bars, me, myself, and I. You know that I don't eat swine, I don't eat shellfish. So these marshmallows are actually made with fish fat and not pork gelatin. And these are the best ones. I've tested all of them, by far the best ones. You're gonna need some marshmallows. You're gonna need some coconut oil. You should get cold pressed unrefined because this has coconut flavor and it makes a difference. I made the same batch without the coconut flavor and it doesn't taste as good for whatever reason. And your cereal of choice. Me, my bloodline, my people, we deal with diabetes. You guys know. If you don't know, now you know. Low sugar. You don't need sugar. This has no sugar, right? Doesn't have any sugar, should have zero sugar. Hold on. Fact check. 2% sugar, 2 grams of sugar, okay? And that's per serving. While this is gonna have all the sugar you need, all right? So let's just get straight to it. And the first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your flowers and you wanna make sure that your flowers are, I'll say like marble sized, right? The size of a marble or the size of a quarter. You don't want them really any bigger. If they're bigger than that, you're gonna wanna break it down. So let me do that now. So we have a total of 100 grams. So for this 100-gram recipe, what I'm going to use is 3.5 cups of coconut oil. So let's get to the next step, okay? You wanna decarbonate your weed, and that's just gonna stimulate or activate the THC molecules with heat. You don't wanna use direct fire because you'll destroy the terpenes. You don't wanna go too high because you'll destroy the terpenes. 240 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You just want the flower to get into a nice, like golden color. For those that don't know, you doing this, your whole house will reek. Disclaimer, okay? So I got that preheating. I'm gonna go ahead and crush these up by hand. And we're gonna get it in a tray and I'll show you the next step. And we're gonna go ahead, put this in here. We'll be back in 40 minutes, y'all. We'll be back in 40 minutes. Let me clean up, set a timer, and go upstairs and finish painting the new grow room. Not a tent, the grow room. We'll be back. All right, y'all, so we are back. We have our decarbonated flower here. Everything is active, the THC is active. The color you're looking for is like a goldish brown. Keep in mind when you cover it with foil, the 40 minutes that it takes is probably doubled. Also, if you have a lot, like I almost had a quarter pound here, that's gonna affect your time. You just want a nice even color of like a goldish yellow to a brown and green color, if that makes any sense. This is my magical butter machine. If you guys don't have one of these, I'll put it in a link below in the description of how to make can of butter without a magical butter machine. I've done it many times and I have it documented many times, okay? we have our nice filter here. We're gonna be doing it the right way. We're gonna be using, like I said earlier, unrefined, cold pressed, organic coconut oil. I have made completely organic edibles before, but them organic marshmallows, it ain't it, bro. They probably should be using coconut sugar or something else. I don't know, it's just not it. We're gonna use a 1/2 cup spoon. I don't think my cup spoon could fit in there. So we're gonna go for 3.5 cups. And like I said, this thing is solid. It actually just bent my whole spoon already. Crazy, 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 crazy. Now with the magic of editing, we have all of our coconut oil in here. Just throw this in a microwave just to help it melt. Coconut oil melts at 70 degrees, 60 something degrees. So that's 2 cups right here. Even if it's 3 cups, I'll be fine with it, to be honest. But I would kind of rather 3.5 because this isn't boof and I don't want to make it too strong. And now, the good part, you just add your flour. So all you gotta do, just set your temperature to 160 and then click 1 hour. You wanna take your cheesecloth. I like to fold mine in 4s, so it's nice and thick. And for the first batch, we're gonna use this built-in filter, or the filter that it comes with, I should say. And I'm gonna try to get this all on camera for you. And we're gonna see how we can rock this, okay? We're gonna go ahead and reuse this. You guys can see that there is still a little bit of the gunk that is left over, but that's perfectly fine. You could get any type of jar that you want. It doesn't have to be anything, but I like these big jars because you could just stick this whole thing in the jar. That's why these big jars work very well. And all you wanna do is just pour it out. Very simple. Just pour it out. Let the strainer do the work. This is the first pass that's gonna get out all those solids. So clean this machine out. Get all the pulp, what you would call it. Get all of it out of there. It's very simple. You're gonna go and squeeze and just squeeze it. Now, it is warm. If you do this immediately, you're going to wanna let this sit, to be honest. Like there's no way around it. And you can get as crazy as you want with this. You wanna get a presser and squeeze it together. You could do it that way. You could literally try to get every ounce of liquid gold. We have our nice jar of expensive oil, and you could filter as much as you want. Me personally, I like the triple filter. And even then, you're still gonna have some gunk. You're still gonna have it. It's unavoidable, right? You don't want to get overzealous. I mean, you can if you have the time. You could do 100th time filter with a even thinner micron. It's just if you have the time, go ahead and knock yourself out. We're going to be using fish fat marshmallows. Me personally, I like the bigger marshmallows. This is just what they had available, the mini ones. But you know, float your boat to each his own. You want to use 10 ounces, okay? So each bag is 8 ounces, so you want to use a full bag and a quarter, okay? And you don't have to be exact. Just letting you know, you don't have to be exact. It's pretty fucking simple. So pour your full bag in. You want 10 ounces. Again, each bag is 8 ounces. And you want to use just about a quarter of this bag right here. You could put a little bit of oil in. I like to put my oil in last, but you could go ahead and get a little bit of oil in there. This is why I like the bigger marshmallows. They just behave more. These smaller marshmallows, they just melt a little too fast, man. If you burn your marshmallows, you are fucked. Your whole recipe is fucked. Your cereal bars are gonna break your teeth. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see. This is the consistency that I like. Now me personally, I eyeball the cereal. I believe it's 3 cups of cereal or 2 cups of cereal for this recipe. I just eyeball it. And this is the consistency that we like. Hopefully you can translate on camera. I can't stop stirring, so I'm sorry. I'm not risking it. And I'm just gonna pour my Cheerios in. And we're basically done. Now, instead of stirring, you're kind of, whatever this technique is called, you're just flipping it. Making sure all the marshmallows is over all the cereal. More than likely, you're going to have to add more cereal. More than likely. But it's just, you'll get the hang of it. But this is the texture you should like. It should be like a mac and cheese. Like you see the cereal, the marshmallows just evenly over all the cereal. And it's slightly excessive. There's still more marshmallow per cereal. You do all this, you see all the strings. I know we're good to go. Let me turn this off. I'm not trying to burn my shit. And you wanna get it in your pot fast, okay? Get it in a nice little pan. A baking pan is nice. If you don't have a baking pan or a big tray, or a tray like this, use a baking sheet. This isn't my biggest tray. So the trade-off is I'm gonna have less pieces, but all my pieces are gonna be way thicker, okay? Because I usually use this in the big tray that's like maybe a 1/2 inch high, tall. This is more of a deeper tray. On average in a bigger tray, my pieces may be like 15 grams of cereal per piece. In these trays is literally 33, 40 grams a piece. It all depends on how much cereal I use. I'm very happy with this right here. You can cut it however you want to cut it. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. The only way it matters is if you're going to be selling these edibles, right? Then you want to try to make them all uniform. But even when I donate and I give it away to my friends, I actually weigh it out. I know my friends' tolerance. I know how much they smoke. And on average, if somebody smokes like a few blunts every day, like at least like 4 or 5 blunts every day, they could probably take a full dose, which is like about 30 to 40 grams of cereal, 33 grams of cereal bars. That's what I find on average. Now, if they're more than a smoker, if they smoke and take cereal bars every day, they could probably take a whole 50 bean. All right, plug talk. So I'm just doubling back to show you what we're working with here. And let me just take any piece. It's just been about 15 minutes. It's definitely nice, hardened. I could get some, look at that marshmallow action, bro. Look at this. This is what you want. Wow. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's how you make some edibles. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in Ziploc bags, some snack bags. How many servings we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 20. These are very thick pieces, so you could go as crazy as you want. You could get a bigger tray, make them thinner, but I like them thicker in a smaller amount, but thicker. Just lasts longer in my opinion. But we're done here, y'all. This is how you make some edibles from scratch when you have only flour and coconut oil. And we'll be back. Make sure you stay tuned for the next season, the Pheno Hunt. It's that plug talk.
Your place, I got weed in safes, I got weed in states, I got weed in states, I got weed in vapes, I got weed in case, I got weed in closets, gotta close the drapes. This that plug talk, not no plug walk. You could Google me, that's plug talk. Like 101, this how the plug walk. Kanye shrug walk, you ain't want talk, who to call? Been growing like since a weight talk, a long weight talk. My niggas know what is bait talk, we all late talk, who to call? You know who to call, my niggas know who to call.